This is Master Shaman Palai Chi, and warm blessings to my planetary warriors out there. Welcome to my channel. I compassionately guide seekers worldwide through channeling wisdom to uncover trauma, karma, and hidden abilities, bridging transformation and empowerment to elevate the soul. If you haven't already, could you do me a little favor and support the channel with a like, subscribe, and hitting that notification button? Go check out www.follyhealing.com for any healing services and or spiritual product needs that you may have. And all information is down in the description box below. To my Hmong audience, nhớ rằng Kuya Master Shaman Palai Ti, Kuya Itu Nian Neng Shao Shi Yi, Thơ Khí Thơ Kho Tiểu Sinh Tiểu Xia, Ba Che Ku Zia Vân, Thia Cho Nei Gò Mù Tàu Zu Tố Tàu Chi Nơ. Do này chỉ tàu là thì nên một ba like thì subscribe to Guli channel muốn tàu tụ tế thì họ subscribe nữa. So today I wanted to respond to a question that have come across my desk a few times during healing sessions or readings. And it's the question of, are spirit guides supposed to protect you? So from my perspective, spirit guides can be from any origins. Such as ancestral, plants, animals, extraterrestrials, or whatnot, right? We often think of these spirit guides as being benevolent. And then, however, there are those that slip through the cracks and that are not benevolent. These kinds have a lower vibration and will mix in with the benevolent ones. For the purpose of today's talk, I'll be focused on the benevolent ones. So are spirit guides supposed to protect you? This is going to depend on how your spirit guides operate. The answer to the question is it can't be generalized, really, because spirit guides are just like people, and they have their own ways of doing things. They have their own preference as well, so they're just like people. However, I can put it in a more categorical perspective to say that higher vibrational and or benevolent guides, spirit guides, do protect. They protect when an individual hasn't asked for protection. So if you have those spirit guides, then you're going to experience this. For example, there was a time when my husband and I were driving along the highway and we got sandwiched between two road ragers, and these two road ragers, the one going in front of us crossed over to an exit, and then the one in back of us went around our car, crossed over us, and then tried to go over the exit. And he was going at a very high speed. I felt like it was at least 100 miles per hour. And he lost control of the car as he was crossing the very edge of this exit. So right at the V shape of the exit where it would also have a drop off if he didn't make it. So he crossed over and then he ended up losing control of the car and he ended up rolling over twice. As this was all happening, in my car, I was actually looking out the window and we were still continuing to drive on the highway, of course. We can't stop, right? So I was watching the car roll over and as it was rolling over, I prayed that he wouldn't go off the edge. So he ended up rolling over twice and then just rolling over right in his, wherever he was at the edge of that road, on the exit lane. And, mind you, this was really horrible at the time. I was kind of shaken up because this all of a sudden happened. And then he all of a sudden rolled over and then stopped with his car, upside down. Luckily, I was doing all this as I was watching all this. I was saying, "Oh my God, oh my goodness, let him be okay." So thinking to myself that, he could have jammed into my car or our car and we could have gotten hurt as well, or something would have happened to our car as well at that moment in time. So it was a very dangerous act of him to do this, him and the other person that was road raging, right? So this is always dangerous for everybody that's driving on the road. So anyways, as I was watching this whole accident happen in front of my eyes, and we were passing by, continuing to drive, I immediately removed the negative energy that caused the road rage that had basically crossed our path. Immediately just removed it energetically and sent energetic prayer to the person's well-being, hoping that they will be better. And then I went and did a longer meditation. As I was sitting in my car and my husband was still driving on, I actually did a clearing, a protection, and then also asked my guides to bring in the energetic healing for him, whatever that had. He had maybe some injuries or whatever. I did see him being okay afterwards, and that's all that kind of happened at that moment as we continued driving on. So anyways, 2 minutes later, as I gotten finished with my spiritual work in my car and the energetic work that I did, I heard an ambulance come. So it was about 2 minutes after. So this was a very quick moment for me. And my husband was also a little bit shocked and stunned as well that he would even try to go in front of our car and crossing the exit. So at any second, if it was just a few seconds later, I think our car would have gotten also hit by him. So in this case, I see it as my spirit guides were on guard and right there with me and my husband, but we also felt that we were protected. So I felt very strongly that the spirit guides helped protect me and my husband from the situation being worser than it was. So anyways, I was very humble and thankful and with so much gratitude for that. But back onto the subject, I would say spirit guides do help protect you. As I have experienced throughout my whole life, I've had so many instances where I felt that I was being helped and protected by a higher source. So through my spirit guides, even though I also felt it when I didn't know, I wasn't aware that I even had spirit guides at the time when I was very young. And this is when I had a bike accident that I survived and walked away from it as if nothing happened. And I didn't even say anything to the person. I was like, I'm okay. And I just drove my bike right back home. Having a couple scabs or not scabs, but scratches on my my arms under, my elbows and stuff like that. But I literally went underneath the car that hit me with my bike and was shocked. But the gal came out of the car, stopped and came out of the car and was like, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm okay. And then I just drove my bike back home, feeling like nothing really happened. Even the next day, I didn't feel a lot of pain in my body. I just saw the scabs on my underneath, at my elbows, right where my elbows were. I just saw some, scratches there, but otherwise their scratches were on my knees. But that was pretty much it, and I was fine after that. So, and nothing really occurred after that. So I want to say that, if you have a more ancestral, vibrational, benevolent spirit guides, so more ancestral spirit guides, it will take your consent and prayer to ask them for protection. So they won't automatically do it for you. They may not always be wary of your needs for protection at all times. So plus you also need to have loyalty or show loyalty, being that loyalty is the key when it comes to asking for protection from these spirit guides, okay? Especially ancestral ones. So if you aren't loyal, meaning you don't practice, they're just kind of there, your altar's just sort of hanging there or sitting there, and you don't come and do any meditations, you are not connecting with your spirit guides, and they are not really connecting with you, then, the loyalty is not there. And when it comes to asking for protection, you're going to need to show some sort of loyalty or some sort of connection with them or offering to them, like burning spirit money or food. If you're Hmong, you know what I mean. If you're other than Hmong, you may do something else like burning wood or doing some kind of ritual, some kind of offering ritual whether it's food, wine, something like that, right? Or tobacco, smoke, something like that as well. To invigorate them and show that you are paying respects to them so they are able to protect you better, and they can reciprocate this to you as well, because now they will have also a reason that they can reciprocate it to you, not that they are basically intruding upon your life. Because when someone, when just like out here, if someone tries to protect you, you may not like it. You may think of it as a offensive. You know, you may think of it is offending you, that you can protect yourself, that you don't need nobody's protection, right? But so the same thing goes with spirit guides. If you are not asking for protection or praying for protection, giving your consent, then when the spirit guide comes to protect you, you may actually say it was a burden to you. So it's not always going to be automatic, especially when it's the ancestral guides, right? When it's ancestral spirit guides. But if it's more celestial, it will be more automatic, especially if you are in connection with them daily and you pay your respects and you are doing your due diligence as well. So I do want to end this video with saying any benevolent spirit guides do need you to show loyalty, which is the key, like I said. And you need to show the loyalty to them in order to be able for them to protect you. If you do not reciprocate, then they will be dormant. Not that they are mean to you, but because in spirituality, you've also been dormant as well to them. So I hope that this helps respond to the question that you've been pondering on, and especially those ones that has asked me personally during our healing sessions. My planetary warriors, as you guys know, you guys are. We'll see you guys next time, and stay in tuned by hitting that notification button, subscribing to the channel, and keeping also your loyalty to the channel if you find and like my content and know that it has benefited you in some way, shape, or form. Stay safe, and warmest blessings from Master Shaman Palai Chi with Falithi Healing. We'll see you guys next time.